Hi there people, this is Eitan and today I'm gonna make a short prawn codes review on the Native Chief, Spyderco's Native Chief from the Native series. It's a new model from I think 2019 or 2020, but it's actually an older model that came out I think in the late 90s and for a short time, and then they revive it or decided to take it out again. Let's see some measurement. Now I brought a ruler, but this ruler is on the metric system, so I'll try to estimate the inches, so you have to excuse me on this review. So we have over here overall length of 23 centimeters, which is around almost 9 inches, and we have the blade length of 10, if you measure from here, around 10, around the point, bit more than 4 inches, and a cutting length of 9 centimeters, which is around 3 point, close to also to 4. Blade thickness is around 3 millimeter, which is 0.1, wrote it somewhere. It's 0.123 point in inches. The total weight, which is impressive, is 3.9 ounces, which is around 110 grams. The blade steel is F30V in this base model, which is an underestimated steel. A lot of people said that it's barely enough, but you can go and see what the results that came out from blade steels retention that have been done in Knife Nerds, and you can see tests in Cedric and Ada. S30V is an excellent steel. I think it's very good. The blade is sort of a drop pointy, spear pointy. Suppose you can define it either way. It's a full flat. We have a nice choil over here. The handles are slabs of G10. This is a lockback. We have the hourglass clip for clip position, which is lovely. This is not a fidgety knife, okay? This is a backlock. It will be very hard to play with it, and you see, it's not a fidgety. Now let's just make a size comparison before we'll go into the pro and cons that I wrote here before. So as I said, it's a big knife. This is near the Casey Lynch 1.5 all access. This is near this is my neighbors, ignore them. This is near the Benchmade Contigo, which is also a big knife. This is near the PM2. You see here. This is near the Kershaw blower. Not that a big knife, some medium knife, a very nice knife. And this is near the Cold Steel Recon 1, which you can see it's even bigger, but in blade let's look a bit the same, I think. So let's dive into the pros of this knife. So first of all, as you see, it's a slicing knife. The blade geometry is excellent for slicing, for cutting, and for penetrating. It have a very acute tip, gentle tip, but we'll get to that later. And it's excellent in precision job, putting it deep into material, soft material, even hard material, not hard, flex hard, like sort of a rubber. It can cut it pretty good, so it works well. It's also, the blade works well also in vegetables. I cut a whole salad with it with no problem, and I do have a kitchen knife, right? But I just want to see how it feels. So the blade is a strong point with that one, which also is a strong point. It's very ergonomic. The knife is very nice. It sits very well in the pocket. Yep. It sits very well in the pocket. Oval shape like that, nothing that comes out. It slips inside, outside, no problem at all. And when you open it, it's like a fixed blade. The handle is very smooth. I mean, designed smooth. The G10 is not that smooth, but it's designed very smooth, ergonomic. You have a choil over here if you want to choke up, a bit of jimping. It's very nice, and it's you fold it and go into this compact size. You can see it in compact size. I think Nick did this comparison, which shows it's not that big. Let's compare it to here. You see this is way bigger, the Recon 1, okay? It's way bigger than the Contigo. When it's closed, it's pretty much, bit or less more, but it's well designed at that matter. You have nothing in the blade that interferes in the slicing path, as you know, and as I said earlier, it's very light. And 110 grams for this big knife, it's good. The price is around 170 US dollars, and for a good Spyderco made in the USA, which leads me to the fit and finish, which is excellent over here. Everything is on spot, on point. I think that the price is really good. It's okay. It's the right price for it. That's it. I think it's a very plain, simple knife, easy to maintain. Looks like a stretch Native 5 with a lot of cutting and slicing power. Very ideal for EDC, or if you go and you want to slice stuff or cut stuff, not only in precision, because it's nice and it has a strong lock. The steel is great. I would like to see it in M4. I would like to see it in other steels that are stronger, and I'll get to why. So let's go to the disadvantages. Well, the disadvantage, the main, everybody see it, it's the acute tip. The tip is tend to be fragile. Now, it's not that big of disadvantage, because if you are using your knife only for slashing and soft material, it shouldn't be a problem. But if you do other stuff with it, like praying, so you need something like that, okay? This thick. And don't do it with that. So if you're going to hard environment to do some dirty, hard work, cutting thick ropes on a boat or whatever, or you're working in a garage and you need something that open and throw it and open, so I wouldn't take this one. It's more on the gentle side. So I would say that I wouldn't call it a gentle knife, but the tip is and the blade is not for all. It's not all rounder. You have other knives that are all rounder. It's not a survival knife, okay? Well, another disadvantage, and it was hard for me to find disadvantage at this knife, because the biggest shortage or disadvantage here is the design, if you like it or not, because functionally you don't have too much. So another thing is that you have over here a hot spot. If you put it in, the G10 is a bit aggressive. If you have gentle pants and the clip is pressing, it's gonna wear your pants quite quickly. And well, another thing that can be a bit in some environments, when you open a knife this big, it could be a bit you can throw unwanted attention. It's not a small knife, okay? It's not I don't know, your Kershaw blower, which you can put it here, and it's a medium knife, and without the tiger stripes I don't think it would draw too much attention. But when you open this is a big knife. It looks like you pull out a fixed blade. So take it under consideration. Overall, well, it's a great knife. I like it. If you like the design, and if you want a great EDC knife, and not all-rounder, you know, for hard work and start praying and stuff like that, I highly recommend on this knife. If you don't have any problem with lockbacks or stuff like that, it's not a fidgety knife. But for the price you get, what you get, I think it's an excellent product. And as I said earlier, I would very much like to see another steels with it, because if you use it as a slicer, well, you can put MaxMat on it, S110, everything, and it will have a nice edge retention, better. And if you want something that a bit more stronger, you want to feel safer while using it in harder things, you know, sometimes it's only psychological, but it's also a factor here. So M4 coded, non-coded, or stuff like that. The hyped Rex 445, etc. This could be nice if they would do. I know that they're gonna make, or did, I don't know, sprint on Rex 445, and as usual, I'll never get one. So if they'll do one in M4 or something, I think I'll sell this one. I'll get the M4. So that's it. I hope it helped you, and have a great day. Bye.